Fisk, Nick. Alright, look. Hit that sub button. Hit that like button. Hit that bell button. Alright, hit every button you can hit. Help my channel grow. With that being said, John Mara is cap. It's fake news. Alright, it's called saving face. It's called sleight of hand. It's called I'ma do this so you don't do that. It's kind of like a distraction. You know how conspiracy theorists, they always say, like, this is a distraction. Like, for example, like, whenever there's a hip-hop beef, like, they'll be like, oh, well, they're just making you care about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj so the government can do this. Or they're trying to trap your mind and they're trying to keep you distracted while they do other things. Don't look at me, look over there. That's what John Mara's doing right now. He's saying, oh yeah, I'd like Odell. Sure, I'd like to bring in Odell. If Joe Shane and Brian David could work it out, we'd love to have Odell. Cap is cap. Odell is a free agent. You know what you do with free agents? You come to a deal and you bring them on. If you want the guy, go get the guy. It's not some mega bidding war for Odell anymore. Dallas done dropped out. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Chiefs and them done dropped out. Odell market is the Jets. It's the Jets. This whole notion that John Mara wants OBJ. No, listen, let me tell you something. If the Giants wanted Odell Beckham Jr., Odell Beckham Jr. will be a Giant right now. Like, what are we talking about? We went and got Bobby Okereke, right? Yeah, we did that. We went and go traded for Darren Waller, right? Yeah, we did that. So, like, this whole notion that, oh, man, we don't know if, Odell is being complicated or, no, it's not Odell's being complicated. Odell just wants a respectable deal, not too much money, just something respectable with some incentives in it so he can come play and show his worth. If they wanted him here, he'd be here. What are we talking about? Like, so I dropped my video yesterday around 3 o'clock. And then, like, an hour or two later, John Mara come out with the Odell quote. So I'm like, bro, this is fake news. This is fake news. If they wanted Odell be here. Like, stop. This is just John Mara. Look, who y'all gonna believe? Me or John Mara? Who you gonna believe? Me or John Mara? Who got the track record of being honest, okay? Let's call a spade a spade. Remember when he benched Eli Manning? Remember when he took no accountability for benching Eli Manning? Remember when John Mara on a vacation or a boat trip or something like that, he was out of town when they benched Eli Manning. He took no accountability for that. He went on the Michael K show and stuff like that, and he was like, well, I didn't know the backlash would be this bad, and, we'd never do anything to hurt Eli. And it really wasn't actually a benching because, we said he could start the game. We just wasn't going to let him finish the game. And all the mental gymnastics John Mara was spewing out when they benched Eli for Geno Smith. Remember when we traded Odell and he said, well, I didn't know the effects of the trade. My grandkids won't speak to me and all this stuff. And it's just like, bro, and another lie he told. Here's another lie. He said Joe Judge's job was safe. He said Joe Judge's job was safe amid QB sneaks and Joe Judge tirades at the post game claiming that everybody wants to play for the Giants, whatever Joe Judge is doing. He said Joe Judge's job was safe and he fired Joe Judge and said Joe Judge is going to be a great coach. He has the talents of a great coach and the makers of a great coach. I really wish it. Bruh, who y'all gonna believe? Big Fisk or John Mara? Okay, I told y'all we was gonna go to the playoffs. I told y'all Daniel Jones was him. I told y'all Danny wanted $45+ million. I told you Brian David was gonna be coach of the year. I said these things. Who got a better track record the last couple years? Big Fisk or John Mara? Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. So they're like, come on, man. Like, you miss me, bro. Yeah, I don't want Odell. If the Giants wanted Odell, he'd be a Giant. Yeah, act like Odell is hard. Bro, Odell is, you know what Odell is right now, bro? Odell is a pretty girl with no options. That's what Odell is. Odell is a pretty girl, a little out of her prime, with no options. That's what he is. You know what I'm saying? When she was in her prime, everybody was clamoring at her feet. When she was at a prime, everybody was in the DMs. Everybody was flying her to different states so she could hang with them or put them on yachts and all this other stuff. When Odell was when Odell was in her prime, she was a 10. She was bad. Now, a couple kids later, couple bad relationships later, she ain't what she used to be. And the options are limited. And you know what the Jets are? The Jets are the Giants' homeboy. That's what the Jets are. The Jets are the Giants' homeboy who drives a Nissan and he don't got the Benz. He has a townhouse. He don't got the 4-bedroom house. He's just slightly a level below the Giants who you used to be with. But the guy you used to be with has moved on to do bigger, better things and don't want your little ass no more. So now you got to settle for the green. The guy who has to work a 9 to 5, a guy who makes $60,000, $70,000 a year instead of the Giants who earn 6 figures. And I would deem a high quality man. You got to go settle for the man who would take you, not the man you want to take. That's what Odell is right now. And if the high value man who makes 6 figures, who looks good and has options, if he came to that woman who has no options and said, I'm going to take you back, she would gladly go back. And that's just the reality of the situation. But the Giants don't want him back. The Giants haven't offered that handout. Because if they did, Odell would be in blue again. But he's not. So all the rumors are Odell is going to the Jets because that's all she can get right now. Have I made myself clear? Can I break this down to you in any simpler of a form? This John Mayer is capping right now. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe it. All right? Odell will not be a Giant. And here's another thing too. I'm not even mad that Odell won't be a Giant. I'm mad that Hopkins won't be a Giant. I wanted Hopkins. Hopkins is still a number 1. Hopkins is a number 1. Odell's a 2 at best. Odell's a 2 at best. We draft Odell, we still need a number 1 receiver. Now, granted, Odell is better than what we have, but he's still a number 2. So I'm not even mad if we don't get Odell because that technically don't solve the problem. The Hopkins thing, on the other hand, Joe Shane should be a damn shame of himself for letting Hopkins sit there and for a second-round pick at the most. At the most, a second-round pick. That's a crime. We're not taking nobody in the second round that will impact this team better than DeAndre Hopkins will for the next 3 seasons. And that's facts. I stand by that. But whatever. It is what it is. Subscribe to the unit if you're rocking with me. My name is Fisk Vegas, and I approve this message.